you doing there? Henry Olsen here from Super Simple Guitar, and I want to welcome you to this really fun, really cool AC/DC guitar lesson. This is my first AC/DC lesson, so I can't wait to get started. Also, if you're an AC/DC fan and you want me to teach more AC/DC songs, leave that in the comments below. Tell me what song you want to learn, and I'll think about doing it, okay? All right, so before I get into this lesson, I just want to let you know that if you go to my website, Super Simple Guitar, I have a free picture chord book over there and a free beginner guitar course. It's going to teach you all kinds of important things that you're going to need to know about the guitar. So check that out. It's totally free. All right, let's get into this lesson. It only has 3 different parts to it. The main riff, which isn't as hard as it maybe sounds right now. Then it has this part, which is a typical really hard rock blues thing that's happening there. And then the third part is just this kind of chorus things that happens, all right? So I'm going to be teaching you those 3 parts. I'm not going to be teaching you the solo because I like to keep things kind of at a beginner level, all right? So let's get into part 1 now in the close-up. So check it out. What I'm doing here now is I have my first finger on the 3rd string 1st fret. And you have 2 possibilities now. Possibility number 1 is to take your pick and hit the 1st and the 2nd string with the pick. Okay, so we're trying to hit the 2nd and 3rd string with the pick. Or the way I like to do it, and it kind of has a little bit more kind of bite to it if you do it like that, is to do a hybrid picking technique. And that means that I'm using my pick and my middle finger. All right, so let me show you how that works. So my pick is playing the 3rd string, and my middle finger is playing the 2nd string. Let me get in there a little bit closer. So my middle finger is going upwards, and my picking hand is going downwards. Okay, so, alright, just so you know what I'm doing there. So you can either do it with the pick, or you could do the middle finger goes up and the pick goes down at the same time, right? So that's this kind of motion here. So pick is going down, finger's going up at the same time. I hope you can see that well. So it's, sorry, there's no light on my finger now. Just so you can see how that motion looks there. All right, so that's the first thing, and that's the first shape. So my first finger is on the 3rd string, 1st fret. Let me turn down the distortion here a little bit. Then we're moving into our 2nd shape, and that's just going to be our middle finger and our ring finger on the same strings, the 2nd and 3rd string, just now on the 2nd fret. And now again, I'm doing that pinch thing, or you could pick them. Okay, so. Alright, so shape 1, shape 2, and now we're going to shape 3. Okay. 1st finger, 3rd fret, 2nd string, middle finger, 3rd string, 4th fret. And then what we're going to try to do here is like a little up and down vibrato. It's not the easiest thing to do without muting out one of the 2 strings. Most of the time, your middle finger is probably going to mute out the 2nd string. But if you can, try to get that little vibrato going. So, okay, 1, 2, 3. Then we're going back to that 2nd shape. Both fingers on the 2nd fret. And we're playing it twice. So, okay. And what I did there is I played it once, and then I released pressure on my left hand. And also with my right hand, I'm coming down on the strings to mute them out. See that? I do that because it sounds much more compact. Listen to how it would sound if I didn't do that. Right? it doesn't sound the same as, okay, so, and again, if this muting it out is too hard for you, you could just let them ring. So you could go, okay, but I like to, and the original is also with those muted out, okay, so, and then we're going back to the 3rd fret, same shape that we already had, so, alright, again, kind of muting it out, and now with my middle finger, I'm going to the 3rd string, 3rd fret, 6th string. And what I'm doing there is I'm playing that note, and I'm bending it ever so slightly. And then I'm going into like an E minor, right? But instead of playing the E minor like this, I'm holding the 4th and the 5th string with my 1st finger. I'm doing an upstroke, just to save time. Okay? So all together, really nice and slow. Okay. And also these two, you could pull down ever so slightly. Okay, giving them a little bend. Just to make it sound more bluesy. I over-exaggerated it there a little bit, but just so you kind of know what I mean. So okay. So that's part 1. Then the second time around, we do everything the same. But now instead of going here, I'm gonna go to the 3rd fret, slide up, and then end it on the 9th fret. So now what I'm doing is I'm holding down the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th string on the 9th fret. All right, so I'm kind of sliding into the 9th fret here with my middle finger, moving my middle finger away, and then doing an upstroke. Okay, so one more time, real slow. Put the two of them together for you now, and I'm going to play it really nice and slowly. So okay, one more time. Into that bluesy part. Alright, so let me move into part 2 now, just in case my camera decides to die in the middle of me recording it. Alright, see you at part 2. Alright, so welcome to part 2. So we're starting off now where we left off in part 1. So after that, slide up to the 9th fret, okay? And now what we're going to do is put our 1st finger on the 5th string, 2nd fret. And we're going to be playing that string and the open 6th string together at the same time, always, okay? So I'm going to start with the upstroke, and then I'm going to do a little mute on the strings with my right hand. And all I'm doing there is just coming down on the strings. So up, down, mute, and then I'm going into the 4th fret, 5th string. Okay, so I'm playing that one time. So again, the 6th and the 5th string together, and then I'm releasing my pinky, going back to the original position. So, and again, I did a little mute there. So, okay. And then what I'm going to do is go over here to the 6th string, 3rd fret, play it once, again slightly bend down on it, and then we're going into our next position. which is what I call like the rock A major chord. So now I'm just holding down the fourth string, second fret, and if you want to, you could hold down the third string as well on the second fret. And then I'm doing a, okay, so, and then I'm doing two upstrokes. So, bam, bam, bam. And then after I do those two upstrokes, I'm gonna go to the fourth fret, play it, and then release again to the second fret. Okay, so. Okay, and then to get back up to where we originally were, I'm gonna play again the fourth fret and release it. Okay, and again, I'm always playing that open fifth string there. So. So I went up, up, down, up, and then I did it again. Okay, and muting out the strings in between those kind of chord changes is what's really going to make it sound cool and stand out. So I'm going to play the whole thing for you really slowly now, just so you can get a feeling for how it all sounds and looks and kind of where the mutes come in. So after this, we're going. Then that happens 4 times before we get into the third part, which is kind of like the chorus. All right. So now, after you learned this, let's move on to the third part. And then I'm going to put all of those pieces together for you in a play along, so you can kind of see how the whole thing fits together. Okay. So part 3 goes like this. Now, I'm taking a power chord and I'm going to the 9th fret. Okay. So my first finger is on the on the 7th fret. So my first finger is on the 7th fret, 5th string, and my pinky is on the 9th fret, 4th string. Alright, that's just a normal power chord, E power chord. I'm going to play that once, I'm going to slide down to the 5th fret, then I'm going to slide down to the 2nd fret, and end it off on the 7th fret where we started. So that's. Then the second time around, it starts off the same. Just now we're going to end it off on that rock A chord. Okay, so, and that one we're going to kind of palm mute a little bit. Okay, and to kind of see how long you're going to stay on that, I recommend really just listening to the song and trying to play along with the song, because it's a little bit tricky to know where to get back in, okay, which I'm going to show you right now. So after that A part, it just goes back to part 1, okay, and then the whole thing repeats itself. So the part 3 goes to the 7th fret, 5th fret, 2nd fret, 7th fret, then again 7th fret, 5th fret, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I guess you could count it 12 times. I'm pretty sure it's 12 times. And then it goes back into the. Right? And that's pretty much the entire tune. During the solo, what happens is also what happened in part 2. So you play part 2 and part 3 together, and that's what's happening during the solo. Okay, so let me put all those pieces together for you now in a play along, so that you can really just see how it all fits together, and hopefully you'll be able to play along with me at home. Okay, all right, so let's do it. hopefully you can see how all these parts kind of fit together. Again, listen to the song now that you know the different pieces. Once you practice along with this lesson, then try to play along to the song slowly. And then that way you're really going to have a better understanding for how it all works, how to put it all together. And I hope to see a video of you playing along with the original tune one day as well. If you want to do that, join my Facebook group and you can upload it in there. I promise I'll watch it and give you some feedback. So I hope you liked this lesson. If you did, don't forget to give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and also don't forget to go over to supersimpleguitar.org. The link is under this video, and I have a free picture chord book for you that's going to teach you all about chords and mastering the fretboard. And it is also going to give you a free online course where I teach you different songs and cool tips. So thanks again. I'll see you in the next lesson. Thank you. Take it easy. Bye-bye.